Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to really dig into the sources you share, get past the surface level stuff.
Exactly.
And today, we're looking at someone pretty extraordinary. Robert Downey Jr., his whole career really, but focusing on the financial side.
That's right. We're talking an estimated $300 million net worth around 2025.
Which is incredible considering his story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, transforming from this once troubled talent into, well, a global icon, a financial force.
Absolutely. And our mission here is to unpack that. Not just the $300 million, but the how, the why. How did he build that resilience? Where does that financial smarts come from?
Yeah.
Because this isn't just, another celebrity story. It's genuinely like a masterclass in bouncing back and diversifying. Lots of lessons here.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Sure.
Where do we even start? I mean, when you think RDJ and big money.
It has to be Iron Man, right? Tony Stark.
Definitely. That casting in 2008 for the first Iron Man movie, I mean, that was just pivotal, doesn't even cover it.
No, it really doesn't. That role basically launched the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU as we know it.
And it shot him into just global superstardom, like instantly.
Right. But here's the kicker, that initial salary for the first Iron Man.
Yeah, I saw this. It was surprisingly modest.
Reported at just $500,000? $500,000.
Which sounds like a lot, but for launching that, it's fascinating.
Well, what's truly remarkable is how things escalated from there within the MCU. That $500,000 was just the starting point.
So how did that happen? The paychecks just grew.
Oh, they grew exponentially.
Right.
But it wasn't just the base salary. The real genius was in the deals. Lucrative back-end deals, profit participation.
Okay. So he was getting a piece of the pie, essentially.
A big piece. He wasn't just an employee. He became more like a partner in the success. His pay was tied directly to how well the movies did at the box office.
So for the huge ones, like Infinity War or Endgame.
Exactly. Reports say he pulled in around $75 million each.
$75 million for one movie.
For each of those, making him, one of the highest paid actors ever for a single franchise.
Wow. So what are the total estimated earnings just from Marvel then?
The estimates vary a bit, but they're generally in the range of $380 million to maybe $435 million, just from the MCU.
That's just staggering. What does that tell us, though, about career strategy?
Well, it really highlights the power of a defining role, doesn't it? But also the importance of structure. Taking that foundational role, maybe even for less upfront, but structuring the deal smartly with back-end participation.
Right, betting on the long-term success.
Exactly. Valuing the potential, the upside over the immediate check. It was a masterstroke, tying his success directly to the project's success.
It really is astonishing, that scale of MCU money. But I wonder, did that present its own challenge? Like, you hit this massive jackpot in one specific area. How do you avoid just being Iron Man? How do you diversify?
That is a fantastic question, and it's clear he thought about that. Because while the MCU was, undeniably the bedrock of his wealth, he absolutely did not just sit back.
So he actively looked beyond Marvel.
Actively and strategically. His next moves really show a conscious effort to build beyond Tony Stark. It shows that even when you're at the absolute top in one area, you need to think about diversifying.
So it's not just smart, it's kind of essential for the long haul.
Essential, building multiple pillars.
Yep.
We see him doing that across acting, producing, endorsements, investing. It's multi-pronged.
Okay, so the MCU gave him the platform, the financial muscle, and you mentioned other acting roles.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't stop acting outside Marvel. Look at Oppenheimer.
Right. Critically acclaimed, Oscar win.
Exactly. And reportedly earned him a substantial $4 million for that, even after taking an initial pay cut, apparently. It just shows his enduring value as a serious actor in very different kinds of projects.
So still commanding good money for his craft, but you said it goes beyond just starring in films.
Oh, yeah. He moved into production. Team Downey, the company he runs with his wife, Susan Downey. They've produced quite a few films and TV series, so that's another income stream. Plus, it gives him more creative control,
Makes sense. What about endorsements with that level of fame?
Huge. He leveraged that global recognition into some very lucrative endorsement deals. Big brands.
Like who?
Well, reports mention Apple, HTC, Kraft Foods, Audi, major players. And those deals add millions more to his income each year.
So using the personal brand as a massive asset.
Absolutely. It's not just about the movies anymore. The RDJ brand itself is valuable.
Okay, but maybe the most intriguing part for me is his investing, particularly in sustainability and tech. That feels very deliberate.
It absolutely feels deliberate, and it's a really significant part of his whole financial picture now. He launched the Footprint Coalition back in 2019.
Right, I've heard of that. What exactly is it?
It's basically an organization, but also a venture fund. It focuses on investing in technologies that are aimed at helping restore the planet.
So impact investing, essentially.
Very much so. He's put money into companies working on things like cybersecurity. Aura is one mentioned.
Okay.
Insect, which works with insect protein. Motif Foodworks, doing plant-based foods. And even Commonwealth Fusion Systems, which is working on clean energy through fusion.
Wow, that's quite a range. But all focused on tech and sustainability.
Exactly. It shows this commitment to innovation that has an impact, not just financial return, though hopefully both. And what's fascinating is how these venture investments in forward-looking areas build another layer to his financial foundation.
And then there's the more traditional stuff too, right? Like real estate.
Oh, definitely. Can't forget that. He reportedly has a significant real estate portfolio, a collection of high-value properties, mostly around LA.
Malibu, places like that.
Malibu, Santa Monica, Venice, Manhattan Beach are mentioned. Estates estimated to be worth, tens of millions.
So that adds another layer of diversification. Classic wealth preservation.
Precisely. You have the massive earnings from acting, the production income, the endorsements, the future-focused venture capital, and the solid real estate holdings. It's a really robust, diversified structure.
So, okay, let's try and pull this all together. What does it all mean? This journey to $300 million, it's clearly way more than just a Hollywood success story.
Oh, absolutely.
It really feels like a story about resilience, doesn't it? Reinvention. Taking challenges, both personal and professional, and turning them into, triumphs.
Yeah.
He's not just an icon on screen. He's shown himself to be a very, very shrewd business person.
And I think if you connect that to the bigger picture, the main lesson isn't just the money itself, it's the mindset behind it.
The strategy.
The strategy, the adaptability, the willingness to leverage that huge initial success from Marvel, but then actively diversify. And the foresight to invest in things that align with his values, things focused on the future.
That seems key.
It's a blueprint, really, for building something lasting, something sustainable financially, and maybe even ethically, that goes way beyond just one big paycheck or one defining role. Applicable in almost any field, really.
Absolutely. So maybe something for you, the listener, to think about as we wrap up. Reflecting on everything we've dug into today about Robert Downey Jr.'s journey. What part of it stands out most to you? Is it the sheer resilience, overcoming those earlier struggles? Is it the smart diversification away from just acting? Or maybe it's that commitment to using his wealth for impactful investments?
Interesting question.
Yeah, which aspect resonates as maybe a model for your own growth, whether personal or professional? Just something to mull over.